the Political Pod for our second episode.
Today is May 17th, and oh boy, do we have a good one for you.
We got everything packed into this one.
So stay a while, and learn about some fun tidbits of America with us, your hosts, Aiden and Julian.
Mr. Kohler's second period government class.
As important as the government is, and politicians and all that and whatnot, sometimes it's nice to take a step away and, I don't know, maybe hear a quote from someone who isn't as involved.
Agreed. Luckily for us,
Like a poet.
Haley has a quote of the day for you guys. Take it away, Haley.
Thanks, Aiden and Julian. I'm Haley Boston, and I'm here with the quote of the day. The quote of the day is by Maya Angelou, and it's, "You will face many defeats in your life, but never let yourself be defeated." Maya Angelou was born on April 4th, 1928 in St. Louis, Missouri. She died on May 28th, 2014 in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. She was an American poet, memoirist, and civil rights activist. She's published many books and lots of poetry and has been credited in many TV shows and movies. She's also received dozens of awards and more than 50 honorary degrees. What does this quote mean? It's an important quote to get success in your life. You will not directly achieve your goals, but don't give up. Failing is the first attempt in learning. It also means that we're supposed to face challenges, and from learning from them, it's one reason for living our life. It might be necessary to encounter defeats so we can find out who we are and rise from it. Maya Angelou said that because that's how we get to know ourselves. Back to you, Aiden and Jillian.
Wow, you're right, Jillian. I enjoyed the mug out of that quote.
It was nice. What a woman, that Maya Angelou.
Truly, it's men and women like her that really show what America is meant to be.
Speaking of what America is meant to be, not diving too much into COVID and stuff, I think it's changed the country and we are finally get back on course.
I think you're right, and I think just for funsies, like why not? Should we counterpoint this?
Let's.
Alright. What side do you want?
I'll
For
explain
today?
why we should get the vaccine, starting with the safety of others, making America a better and safer place. And before you say, what if you've already had COVID? No harm in doubling down.
Jillian, those are some fantastic points, and I can see where you're coming from. But let's introduce some counterpoints, may I? May I, sure?
Sure you may.
Alright. Well, people may be wary of the long-term effects, or the fact we're reaching herd immunity. And of course, if you already had it, you're already immune. And I heard this vaccine, is not 100%.
Well, good points, good points. What do you think?
Who are you talking to?
The real question is, who is Rio talking about?
Well, Rio, do share who you're talking about.
Thanks, Aiden and Julian. Hi, everyone. Today on Heroes in America, we're going to be talking about Alvin York. Alvin York was born on a small town in Tennessee. Working on the farm with his parents, he became a Protestant with a devout faith. While growing up, he unfortunately developed the habits of severe alcoholism and bar fighting. To better himself and relieve himself of this mannerism, he became a devout Protestant and pacifist. Around the time that World War I came, he avoided the first draft by opting out, claiming he was a pacifist and did not need to fight in a war killing men. However, his alcoholism continued to worsen, and by the second time the draft rolled around, he went to the Army and decided to join the Army. He told himself that he was going to better his personality and himself by joining the Army and becoming a better man. While he was still suffering from severe alcoholism, Alvin York joined the 82nd Infantry Division and was on his way to France. On his way to France, he decided that he was no longer going to be the man he was before, and claimed that he was going to kill as few men as possible. On October 18, 1918, an offensive on Hill 223 on the German front was mounted. Alvin York, with 13 other men, ran into the trenches and began an attack to seize Hill 223. Unfortunately, a counterattack was mounted, and 9 of the 14 men were severely injured or killed. Alvin York took it upon himself to save his men and to save the people that he had been working so hard with. So, by himself, he began putting down suppressive fire on a machine gun nest. He eventually disabled 2 of the machine guns, but was unfortunately charged by 6 men with a bayonet. Out of ammo, Alvin York pulled his 1911 and shot all 6 men dead. Alvin York was then assaulted by the German commander, who pulled his sidearm as well. The German commander shot 8 shots at Alvin York. All 8 shots missed. Upon seeing that Alvin York was uninjured, the German commander surrendered his entire force to the American Army. After this, Alvin York was awarded the title of sergeant, and was awarded multiple medals from both Italy, France, England, and Germany. Alvin York was also given the Medal of Honor for his valiance and for his great service to America. Alvin York is a true American hero. Back to you, Aiden and Jillian.
I'm glad you asked that question because Ria was in fact talking about someone. that
Like you
whole
said,
time.
he always is.
Wow. And just like always, I need a long weekend. Do we have any coming up?
Aiden.
Yes, Jillian.
Summer, the longest weekend of the year.
Okay, so that's a no. I'm talking like I need a day trip if we have like a Monday off or Friday off or something.
3 months, Aiden. We have 3 months off. Where would you even go?
Well, to be honest, I was hoping Will could tell me.
Maybe he could.
Maybe he should. Will?
Thank you, Aiden and Jillian. I'm Will Humphrey, and with special help from Marissa Cerna, today I will be discussing 3 underrated cities in the U.S. When thinking about America's best vacation destinations, Asheville, North Carolina most likely doesn't come to mind. Located within the Blue Ridge Mountains, Asheville is known for its vibrant city center, historical sites, music, and nature activities. Perhaps its most popular destination, Biltmore, offers a tour of George Vanderbilt's winter chateau with over 178,000 square feet. Biltmore is still the largest privately owned home in America. Asheville's historic downtown is filled with museums, unique stores, restaurants, and art galleries. If spending time with nature is more your ideal vacation, the surrounding Asheville area offers several hiking trails, horseback riding, fishing, whitewater rafting, ziplining, and water sports. Further up the East Coast, Portland, Maine is yet another underrated vacation spot. Portland is known for its historic forts, lighthouses, surfing, beaches, cuisine, and whitewater rafting. The Portland area is covered with picturesque New England-style downtowns filled with unique restaurants and boutiques. Fun fact, Portland has more restaurants per capita than any other city in the country, many of which serve fresh seafood. If relaxing on the beach is more your style, Portland has miles of beaches which have the perfect waves for surfing. Portland also offers several sailing and fishing trips which explore its historic coast. Lastly, Portland has hundreds of historic homes, lighthouses, and forts to explore. Our last underrated city in the U.S. is Buffalo, New York. Set on the east end of Lake Erie, Buffalo is the second largest city in New York and is known for its vast amount of parks and art galleries, and also its tasty buffalo chicken wings. It is a wonderful destination for sightseeing, shopping, and enjoying some leisure time. The city is well known for its historic buildings, including the Art Deco style City Hall. The city is also known for being a melting pot of various cultures and values. Another popular tourist destination is the Delaware Park, which includes wide open green spaces, walking and jogging paths, tennis and golf opportunities. In addition, the park is home to the Buffalo Zoo, which features a wide variety of animals from all around the world, such as gorillas, tigers, and polar bears. When making your summer plans, consider these cities for your next vacation. Back to you, Aiden and Jillian.
Wow, I need that long weekend now more than ever. Did you hear some of those places?
I did, Aiden. We listened to the same exact thing.
Well, I don't know about you, but I don't know how Will finds these nooks and crannies in America, but I'm glad he does.
Nooks and crannies.
I said it.
Well, I think that wraps it up for the day. Thank you for joining us for our 2nd episode of the Political Pod.
And come back next week for our season finale, episode 3. And maybe there'll be a season 2, but there'll be recast because budget can't afford us. But that's besides the point. As always, stay classy, Sandusky.